Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to check this press release from Miniart. It's a kit number 38038 and it copies German tractor D8506 with a trailer, so it's part of miniature series, and the name of this kit actually hints that we get a combo set. It's not just one model inside, we get actually the tractor, trailer, some goods and also driver figurine, which is depicted here. Obviously you won't get a diorama base, but that would be too much to ask for, and even this combo as it is, it sounds like a really interesting opportunity to build something unusual or different from military projects which we are used to see, so that's why I decided to take a closer look. And we have a commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. Nothing will change. That's the final shape of this plastic model. So first of all, you can notice that box size is standard for this brand. Here is comparison with my hand. We have quite nice box art. On the side we have some safety information in 3 languages and address of the manufacturer, while on the opposite side you will find, let's say, marking guide for this tractor and also for the trailer. As far as you can see, we have 2 marking options, but obviously nobody stops you from choosing something different. Maybe you have some reference photos, maybe you have something else, and we will talk in detail about these markings when we will be checking the assembly manual, where usually Miniart places the marking guides. So this is a top opening box. And here is what we have inside. So all frames are packed into the same plastic bag, and we have assembly manual on the bottom. And this is a sealed plastic bag, so that's why I will have to cut through with scissors in order to see what is actually supplied here. So just give me a second. In the meantime, maybe I will remind you that you can support us with a small donation, and it's quite easy thing to do because we have a special support DSV button on our website, so you can do it on the website by clicking this button, and it's done via PayPal, so it's quick and safe, and of course you will be the one deciding how much you will get for as a donation, and all this money they will be used for new photo and video equipment, or maybe for some new kits to be reviewed in our videos and articles. And by the way, don't forget that we have articles. They usually come a bit later than video reviews, but they actually feature some detailed photos of the kits. So first of all, we have a decal sheet here, and it is printed in decograph, so you have nothing to worry about in terms of quality. As you can see, we have all necessary symbols, and maybe some of them might be even replicated with masks. For example, this writing Paul Baker, but it's up to you if you would like to experiment with such stuff, or you would like just to use the standard solution, let's say. Next, we also have a clear frame. Here we would need only the lenses for the front lights and tail lights, but they look quite nice, and obviously there are no masks or masking templates included, so you will have to cut everything with your own hands and tools, so be ready for such thing. And next I have to open another plastic bag. That's a bit weird because we had 2 big plastic bags just because we had decals and clear sprue inserted here, so just give me a second to open it. I guess it was done specifically for this boxing, maybe. Okay, so here we have mix of various sprues. As you remember, we have not only the tractor but also the trailer. We have also this small envelope with Miniart logo, which is usually dedicated to PE parts, and this kit is not an exclusion from such a rule, so we have now all the tiny parts copied as PE parts, which is really cool because it will give you some fine features on the model, and in 1/35 scale this is really, I would say, a good feature to have, or a nice feature to have, and of course it will be noticeable on the finished model. Next we can start with gray plastic spruce. I guess there is no need to zoom out, I will just slide the sprue. So here we have first frame, it's quite wide, and here we have various parts for the tractor, wheel fenders, roof. As far as I remember, roof panel will not be used, but all other parts from here will be used, so pay attention to where to install them. And next I will show you another sprue. So here we have various parts for the engine compartment. Obviously a full engine is not included here because it will be closed under the engine panels, but we have nice steering wheel, we have also good suspension parts, and all these pre-molded features, they look really good, so it's just a matter of careful assembly and you will have a great copy of the German tractor in 1/35 scale. And obviously nobody stops you from adding some, let's say, small features, maybe wiring or something else, but in this case you will have to find some reference photos because otherwise it will be a bit difficult to do something without having a base for it. So here we have another sprue with wheel fenders, and they look quite nice. Here you can check them from the opposite side. So as you can see, there are no push marks whatsoever. And what is next? Next we continue with some parts for the driving compartment. So here, for example, you can see exhaust tube. We also have headlamps set here. Next we continue with various minor arms and bushes, and also here you can see this floor, and I like the texture, pre-molded texture here. As you can see, it looks really good and it just asks for some additional weathering. And here, by the way, you can see it from the opposite side. There are necessary guiding elements present, so it will be easy to align everything together. It's just a matter of, let's say, paying attention where it should go, this or that part. Next we continue with parts for the trailer, as far as you can see. So here you can see some suspension parts. We also have side panels for this trailer. They feature a wooden texture, which is also quite good thing because you won't have plain panels in this case. You get a bit more realistic appearance and you don't have to waste your time trying to replicate it with your own hands and tools. As you remember, we also get the driver figure, and it comes, or he comes, on the separate sprue. So parts division is quite typical for 1/35 scale. I guess you will not be surprised here. We have separate legs, hands, torso and head, and there are no guiding elements inside, only for the head, as you can see here. So be careful while joining all this stuff together, and of course try to achieve a smooth connection between these things, between body parts, so that everything will look more or less convincing. Next we have these tire parts. As you can see, they are molded as a single piece parts, and obviously this is a better thing than a typical vinyl offering, and it will be easier to paint, to weather, and of course assembly won't be difficult as well. Next we continue with more parts for the driver's compartment. Here you can see, for example, driver's seat. Here, driver's seat back part or backrest, and also some parts for the suspension again. If I flip it over here, you can check these parts from the opposite side. That's really cool that this driver's seat is perforated out of the box. You don't have to drill anything with your own hands and tools. Next we continue with 3 identical plastic frames. So I will show you only one because there is no need to show the same stuff again and again. Here it is. We have sandbags, or actually these are not sandbags, these are bags with various goods or maybe fruits. And as you can see, they are separated into 2 halves. We do not have any guiding elements inside, so be careful while joining all this stuff together. But that's a really cool addition, and of course it will be placed in the trailer. And also in the trailer we will be able to place this for Spruce. So here we have various milk kegs, as far as you can see, and note that they're also finely detailed. So of course you don't have to use them all, if you know what I mean. So you can leave some for your next project, and that's really cool because this kit actually brings you some extra things for the future models. Or maybe you would like to use them all at once, it's up to you. Next we continue with something what I'm a bit confused about. Oh, so these parts are for the trailer, but first of all let me show you this, let's say, main wheels or rear wheels for the tractor. As you remember, we had this central section molded separately, so it should be actually inserted here and then joined with another half. As you can see, fitment is really nice because it is achieved with help of this teeth which you combine together, and as you can see, even now on the dry fitment it looks really good. So it's just a matter of careful assembly and you'll have a really nice result. There is nothing to be worried about, and I really liked such parts division. Obviously it is way better than just getting some vinyl parts in a weird shape. Next we continue with road views for the trailer, and as I said, these road views are more or less identical, so I will show you only one sprue. There are 6 of them. Actually, there are 4 sprues for the trailer, and there are 2 sprues for the tractor front wheels. And they're somewhat similar, that's why I confused them at first time, but here you can check them together, and maybe you understand why they're a bit confusing. We have nice details on the tire walls. All this stuff just begs to be, let's say, picked out with some weathering. So maybe think through how you would like to depict your vehicle. Maybe you would like to depict it in a clean state. Maybe you would like to copy a slightly dirty tractor. Working horse, let's say. Next we continue with 2 identical plastic frames for wooden barrels. As you can see, they're supplied together with this special stand, and they're separated into 2 halves. There are several sizes, by the way. If you haven't noticed, these are 2 different barrels, and that's really cool. But that's not all, because we also get even smaller ones. So they're supplied on the separate sprue, and here they are. Basically the same parts design, but smaller size. And again, if I flip it over, inside you won't find any guiding elements. These front and rear sides, they will actually serve as a guiding elements, and they will help you a bit with overall alignment. Next, we have more of the milk kegs. Here they are. So 2 more sprues. And the last interconnection between frames. Here we have more of trailer parts, so I guess I will have to zoom out so that you can see the whole frame. Here it is. Again, the parts design looks nice. We have wooden texture on these wooden panels as well. We have some suspension parts, it means leaf springs. We have also these mainframe bars, and everything looks cool. Attachment points are thin enough in order to carefully separate them without damaging the actual part. So it's just a matter of assembling all this stuff together. Next, we continue with something else. I hope you haven't forget that we also have the assembly manual here. Maybe I'll close the lenses a bit so that it won't be that bright. And let's zoom out. So here we have assembly manual for this tractor, and here, by the way, we can see the short list of what is actually included inside. Next, we continue with the marking guide for 2, well, this is a separate scheme for the tractor and separate scheme for the trailer. And next we proceed with the parts map. Do not forget that Miniart does not show unused parts, so pay attention to what you are using on your model. And assembly process starts actually with the main chassis, let's say, for this tractor. As you can see, you will have to add various minor elements here and there, maybe pedals, also the bonnet parts or bonnet panels which get assembled together, and straight away you are working with some PE parts even here. Next, there are more control elements, windshield, and also here we start assembling this driver compartment floor, some suspension parts and wheel fenders, and brake drums. Next we have some parts for the rear section where we will actually connect the or attach the trailer. And here, by the way, you can see the front suspension assembly. And next we proceed with assembling and installing all wheels on the front and rear side. As you can see, we also have here the separate wheel fenders. Next, another P element. It will go here in the front cap area. And so actually we are using the windscreen. As you remember, it was on the clear sprue. This is quite interesting, and as far as you can see, parts design actually allows you to paint the frame and then just insert the clear part, so basically you won't have to search for any masks. But that's not the case with wheels. As you remember, with wheels we have the central section pre-molded together with tires, so here you have to invent something. Next we continue with the cargo trailer assembly process. Basically it's a quite familiar one in case you remember the previous releases of the cargo truck with the trailer. That's basically the same. As you can see, it will be literally filled with various cans, barrels, and also bags. which is really cool. And here we can see the marking guide and assembly manual for the driver figure, which will be placed in the tractor, obviously. Next, we can see the second marking option. It comes from British occupation zone from 40s and 50s. And of course, another marking guide for the trailer. And here we have, let's say, summary of these markings, and of course 2 other versions of this tractor which we reviewed before, and you can find it easily on our YouTube channel. So this kit should be already available, and you can get it on official Modelimix webshop. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about such release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!